Hello guys, welcome. My name is Lombardo, and this is going to be another episode of a betting analysis. This time is going to be ClutchCon 2015, which is going to start in about, I guess, I want to say a couple of hours, or maybe even an hour. So let me just get through this. I want to try to keep this real quick just so I can get this out to you guys as soon as possible. Our first match will be Liquid versus SKDC. Liquid having 74% and SKDC having 26%. So if we take a look at Liquid versus SKDC on HLTV, the first thing that we see is Warden will be filling in for Daps for the group stage. I will talk about this in just a second, but let me just talk about last matches versus Liquid versus SKDC. So Fnatic, they obviously lost there. This was an MLG. CLG, they won, which is a surprise win. LDLC, they lost, obviously. And then Mythic and SKDC, this was after MLG in their North American games. Both of these were really strong games. I felt like Liquid is actually playing very, very strong. So that's that. And SKDC, as you can see here, they have been underperforming quite reasonably. Elevate, everybody has been beating Elevate lately. I feel like they're just not very strong as a team at the moment. So this is an overtime win. Very close game, as you can see. They lost to CLG, Vex, won against Denial. Actually, I feel like Denial really lowered themselves in the last two matches. SKDC took the last two matches from them, and that just the way it happened. So I guess Denial just got outplayed by SKDC when they could have done a lot more better. And Liquid, this is an obvious loss. Liquid's a much stronger team, so that is that. But what I want to talk to you about this is Warden is going to be filling in for Daps, and because of that, I feel like the odds are a lot more skewed. I feel like this is not supposed to be 74 to 26. I feel like this is going to be closer to maybe 65 to 35%. And because Warden is not part of their original lineup, he might not know, set plays. He might not know some of the strats. There might not be communication. There might not be chemistry with the team. So this is why I would probably placing a small bet on SKDC, because it is a best of one. They Liquid does have a filler, and SKDC might be able to take this if they play their cards right. So Liquid is the winner, but a small bet on SKDC wouldn't help. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a small bet on SKDC and leave it at that. Our next match is Cloud9 versus Liquid. Odds are 62 to 38%. In my opinion, this is a lot higher than what I would see. Liquid has been performing very well lately, but because Liquid has a filler player, the odds are actually sort of, I guess they are right, if you can call that. Liquid versus Cloud9, if we take a look at their previous games, Liquid, we already looked at them. Cloud9, they have been steamrolling through a lot of teams previous to MLG. They've actually had an undefeated record for past five games. As you can see here, they won against CLG. This is on cash. They won against Elevate. I don't remember when this game came up, but it did. Then Kaboom, they lost to them. Nobody really expected that. They won against NIP, and they. Oh wait, no, this was an Inferno. I was thinking of Liquid, but anyways. So they won against CLG, Elevate, and then this is an MLG. They lost to Kaboom. Very unfortunate there. They won against NIP on Nuke. Nobody expected that. And then they lost to Dignitas 16-2. So, in my opinion, Cloud9 is a stronger team than Liquid. They didn't actually end up playing each other in MLG LAN. But this is just how it happened. Liquid versus Cloud9. We will see who's victorious here. Because Warden is the sub for this game, I feel like the bet percentage goes to Cloud9. you know, if they had Daps, their original player, instead of Warden, I feel like the odds would have been a lot more even, 50-50 maybe. But right now, my prediction goes to Cloud9. But like I said, it is a best of one. Liquid does have a chance to take this, so that's why I'm probably gonna put a small bet on Liquid, just because of the odds. I'm probably not gonna put too much because it is a 40% game. Like I said, it's more close to 50-50 than anything. So that's gonna be my bet. Let's move on to the next match. Our third match is gonna be Fnatic versus CLG. Fnatic, I love you guys, but you lost me 4 over $100 bets last time I bet on you guys. Fnatic versus CLG. We all know who CLG is. These guys don't need no introduction. We all know who Fnatic is. If we take a look at their match page, we can see here that Fnatic had a shitty record ever since MLG. They won against Liquid, had a really strong start, lost to LDLC, won against CLG, and then lost 1-2 to NIP, and then lost 2-0 to Dignitas. This was really heartbreaking for me because I wanted to see Fnatic versus LDLC in the finals. I mean, who wouldn't want to see the top 2 teams in the world in the finals? You know, this would have been probably the best final ever. But NIP put up a good fight against Fnatic, and Dignitas also managed to take 2 maps cleanly from Fnatic. So I feel like Fnatic greatly underperformed in this tournament. But this is ClutchCon now. We'll see if they bring up their A game. CLG, they've had a really awesome start and previous league games. They've had a pretty much undefeated record, except for that Cloud9 game on Inferno. I believe that Cloud9 was just stronger on Inferno as a team, I guess. CLG didn't really have what it took to win on that map. But they were pretty much undefeated coming into the tournament, except for that one match. And then LDLC, 16-14 win, just shocked everybody. Remember, like I said, I was gonna put like $10 or something. I ended up putting 5 on that game, $160. So that game was pretty awesome. It really gave them confidence going into later matches. But then after this loss happened to Liquid on Cash, it just, I guess it just broke them up. I don't know. I could see the disappointment in their eyes. They couldn't really do anything to conquer Liquid's defense. And then that Fnatic win is obvious. Fnatic is you know, just a stronger team in general. So who takes the cherry off the cake in this one? It's gonna be Fnatic. Because of the odds are so high for Fnatic, and because I'm a CLG fanboy, I will be placing a bet on CLG. Don't know how much yet, but it is going to be a low bet. So whatever I have left of my skins, I'm going to try and you know, take a cut of that and put it on CLG to try and maybe win some money, because this is a good match for the odds. Our next game is Mythic versus UB United. So if you take a look at this, we can clearly tell that UB United is an all-girls team. Mythic, they actually were signed by, I believe it was Netco Guides, and then Netco Guides had the whole match fixing scandal, so now Netco Guides doesn't exist, and then Mythic is what they came back to. So if you take a look at Mythic's lineup, they have been, you know, on and off with their games, winning against SKDC, losing to CLG, winning against Area 51, losing to Liquid, and winning against Denial. If we take a look at UB United's games, we can see here that for some odd reason they've been playing European teams. I'm guessing they had a major. So here they lost 0-2-0-2. They won against Reason Female 16-4, and then two close games against Bad Monkey and my XMG Female. All these female matches, I don't really think that UB United has this, to be honest. I don't really know how to play it. I've seen them play once. I don't remember which team it was, but I've seen them play once. They lost 2-1. I really don't think that UB United can pull this off, but it is a best of one on LAN. We saw what happened on MLG. How many upsets happened on MLG in day one? So if you're smart, you're gonna bet on Mythic, but if you're smarter, you're gonna skip. And if you have a lot of skins to bet, you're gonna put it on UB United. Because the odds are so high for Mythic, this is just not even worth placing a bet unless you have $240. So if you have $240, go ahead and put a bet on Mythic. But if you have some skins to spare, go ahead and put maybe $5 on UB United because of the odds. But in my opinion, UB United doesn't have what it takes to win against Mythic. So there's that. Let's move on to the next bet. Kaboom versus Elevate. We all know who Kaboom is. We don't know who Elevate is. Elevate has actually had a lot of changes in their lineups lately. Kaboom, I don't know why, but during MLG there was just so much Kaboom hype. Like everywhere you looked, you just see Kaboom, 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 Kaboom. I don't know, but everybody seems to like Kaboom for some odd reason. Maybe it's because it's all the Brazilian people, hyping up the team. But yeah, Kaboom with a great crazy surprise on Cloud9. That was just weird, and nobody really expected that. I didn't bet on that match, but the fact still stands. So we have Hellraisers. They lost with an embarrassing score. They won against Dexterity. Nobody knows who that team is. Some Brazilian team. Won against Cloud9 on Mirage. Don't know why that is. That's just the way it happened. Dignitas, they lost with an embarrassing score, and to NAP they lost with an embarrassing score. Elevate, like I said, they have had pretty shitty record, and they were all pretty close games as well. As if you look at this, overtime loss, 16-14, 16-14, and then another overtime loss, and then they won against Boreal 2-0. So I feel like Kaboom is the stronger team here. Elevate, they've just been losing so closely, but they've been losing, and this is just in my opinion, just a terrible bet. So definitely skipping this one, because you never know. Kaboom, they're coming in again from Brazil. They might have that one starter match that just shows everybody that they're here to win, and then lose terribly the next two matches. Or Elevate might show that they're the stronger. They're here to win. But like I said, Elevate, they have not had the luck. Kaboom, they came into the tournament feeling good, feeling strong, and then it all ended when they played against European teams. So my bet would be skip, and if you had to, then go ahead and skip. So there's my analysis for this match. And our last but not least game for ClutchCon Day 1 is going to be Tourqued versus Mythic. To those of you that are actually following I guess you can say the drama in North American leagues right now, we had that whole match fixing scandal back from some match fix in August or something. But to those of you not aware, we used to have on Tourqued, Steel used to play, and now they added Skadoodle onto the lineup for Tourqued, and we're not sure who's going to be the last man. I'm guessing people are going to be expecting Hiko. That's what I'm probably going to see. If that's the case, if it's going to be Skadoodle, Mo, Desi, Frost, and Hiko onto this lineup, then we're going to most likely see a really high percentage on Tourqued. As it stands right now, without this unknown player, if it's not going to be Hiko, then my bet's going to go on Mythic, because the odds they're pretty much 60-40. It's not too bad on Tourqued or Mythic, so both of these bets are pretty good. But like I said, because Tourqued has a stand-in, and whoever that's gonna be, that's probably gonna be Hiko. If it is Hiko, then bet on Tourqued. But if it isn't Hiko, bet on Mythic, but low, very very low on Mythic. And I will tell you why. Because they lost 2 players. I don't know who was before. I know it was Steel was one of them. I don't know who else played for Tourqued. But they added Skadoodle, and now they have 1 filler. There's gonna be a stand-in. Nobody knows who that is. So chemistry is just not gonna be there. They probably have been practicing a little bit, but they probably have not been still very like connected as a team. So new team basically versus a team that has been playing together for quite some time. So Mythic versus Tourqued. I'm not even gonna go through this because like I said, Tourqued just had a big roster change. So there's that. Like I said, if Tourqued comes out with Hiko, bet on Tourqued. If it's someone else, bet on Mythic. Read the CS:GO Lounge Reddit page, CS:GO betting Reddit page. There'll probably be some sort of confirmation of who actually plays or who actually doesn't. This is pretty much it for my analysis. Like I said, I'm actually scared to bet ever since MLG, just because luck has not been going my way. It just hasn't. Oh, sorry about that. And yeah, I'm actually like, pretty much, guys. If I lose you a bet, like betting is all about taking your own risk. I'm not responsible. I'm just here to do an analysis, just so you guys can get a little bit of reassurance on your bets. Always go with your gut feeling. So I'm gonna try and get this out as soon as possible before the first match starts. So thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.